जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ यशोदानंदन व्रजनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजनरंजन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परम चरिष्ठ स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत वैष्णव वंदे की जय गौर नहीं ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We are discussing Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 55, Sloka number 23. Kindly repeat the translation, synonyms. Tato, then, Guhyaka Gandharva, Paisach Uraga Rakshasiya. Weapons of the Guhyakas, Gandharvas, witches, celestial serpents, and Rakshasas, man-eaters. Prayangta, he used. Santasha, Shatasa, hundreds. Daitya, the demons. Karshaniya, Lord Pradyumna. Vidhyamyat, struck down. Saha, he. Taha, these. Tato guhyaka gandharva, tato guhyaka gandharva, paisa chargo rakshasi, paisa chorga rakshasi, prayukta santaso daitya, prayukta shantasho daitya, Karshanira vidyamitsahata, Karshanir vidyamayat satata, Tato guhyanka gandharva, Paisa chorga rakshasi, Prayungta shantaso daitya, Karshanir vidyamyat sataha, Tato guhyaka gandharva, Paiso charga rakshasa, Prayungta shatasho daitya, Karshinira vidya matsataha. Tato guhyaka gandharva, Parshacharga rakshasi, Prayungta shatasho daitya, Karshanir vidya matsata, Tato guhyaka gandharva, Paisa charga rakshasi, Prayungsha satasho daitya, Karshanira vidya matsata. Translation. The demon then unleashed hundreds of mystic weapons belonging to the Guhyakas, Gandharvas, Pishachas, and Urgas and Rakshasas. But Lord Karshani, Pradyumna, struck them all down. So there is no purport to this verse. We'll move to the next verse. Nistam asim udhyamya sakiritam sakundalam sambrasya shirakayat tamra smarasva ojasrat. Synonyms. Nishtam, sharp edge. Asim, his sword. Udhyamya, raising. Sa, with. Kiritam, helmet. Sa, with. Kundalam, earrings. Sambarsya, O Sambara. Siraha, the head. Kayat, from his body. Tamara, copper colored. Smarshu, whole mustache. Ojasa, with force. Oharat he removed. Translation. Drawing his sharp-edged sword, Pradyumna forcefully cut off Sambara's head, complete with red mustache, helmet and earring. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna. So you all are welcome to our discussion on Bhagavatam on this Saturday. So we are discussing the history of Pradyumna, the chapter 55 of the canto 10. So in this chapter tells about how Pradyumna was born as the son of Lord Krishna and then kidnapped by the demon Sambara. It also describes how Pradyumna killed Sambara and returned home with a wife. Kamadeva, an expansion of Lord Vasudeva, has been burned to ashes by Lord Shiva's anger, and was reborn as a part and parcel of Pradyumna from the womb of Rukmini. A demon named Samara, thinking Pradyumna is his enemy, kidnapped him from the maternity room even before he was 10 days old. Samara then threw Pradyumna into ocean and returned to his kingdom. A powerful fish swallowed Pradyumna and was caught by a fisherman in the net. They presented the huge fish to Sambara, and then his cook cut it open. They found a child within the belly. The cook gave the infant to the maidservant Mayavati, who was astonished to see him. Just then Narada Muni appeared and told her who the infant was. Mayavati was actually Kamadeva's wife, Rati Devi. While waiting for her husband to be reborn in the new body, she had been taken. She had taken employment as a cook in the household of Samara. Now that she understood who the infant was, she began to feel intense affection for him. After a very short time, Pradyumna grew a youthful maturity, in, entrancing all the women with his beauty. Once Rati Devi approached Pradyumna and playfully moved her eyebrows in a conjugal mood, addressing her as his mother. Pradyumna commented that she was putting aside her proper material mood and behaving like a passionate girlfriend. Rati then told Pradyumna who they both were. She advised him to kill Samara and to help him she instructed him the mystic mantras known as Mahamaya. Pradyumna went to Sambara and after angering him with various insults, challenged him to fight, upon which Sambara angrily took up his club and marched outside. The demon tried various mystic spells against Pradyumna, but Pradyumna fenced off all of them with a Mahamaya mantras and being beheaded Sambara with his sword. At that moment, Ratidevi appeared in the sky and took Pradyumna away from away to Dwarka. So this is okay. We are just finishing. When Pradyumna and his wife entered inner chamber of Lord Krishna's place, the many beautiful ladies then thought that he was Krishna himself. So much did appear, he appears and dress resemble the Lord. Out of shyness, the ladies ran here and there to hide themselves. But after a little while, they noticed small difference in Pradyumna and Krishna's appearance. Once they understood that he was not Krishna, they gathered around him. So, here is a chapter where the story comes about the son of Lord Krishna, how he is born, and how uh, he killed Sambara. Sambara is a demon who was destined to die from the hand of son of Lord Krishna. So he was thinking, I will. Sometimes the demons thinks they are very powerful; they can do anything. But if Lord want to protect anyone, Lord can protect at any point of time. Just like when Prahlad Maharaj, he was very small, but because he was not following the orders of Hiranyakashipu tried different means to kill Prahlad. He was put into burning oil. He was thrown from the big mountain hill. He was He was thrown in front of the mad elephants, and so many multiple tries. Like he was put into fire with his Hiranyakashipu's sister Holika to kill him. So demons try their best to harm the devotees of the Lord, but the devotees of the Lord has complete faith in the Lord, and Lord protects them. Sometimes Lord will test our faith also. So, but devotees have complete faith that in all circumstances, Lord will protect me. So, uh, there are symptoms of surrender. Among them, there is one symptom that the one who has 100% faith in the protection of the Lord. So, as devotee progresses spiritually, he sees that his faith towards Lord is increasing day by day. So, uh, here also we see that Sambara demon tried to hijack the Pradyumna from the maternity room itself. Can we imagine just 10 days, less than 10 days, boy is getting hijacked? He doesn't know anything. But if Lord has some certain plans, right, we don't understand the plan. A lot of times we just try to act immediate response to the situation. But no, Lord has some certain higher plans to demonstrate something to the world. So here, this Sambara captured Pradyumna, and he thrown this baby from the sky in the ocean. So there is no hope for anybody who is put into ocean from such a high height. First thing is big height. Second thing is in the ocean there are so many different kinds of animals which can easily swallow. Some small infant baby is very small, just like a very few lbs of baby, 3 to 5 babies are generally. So uh, here we can see the fish swallows him, but still in the stomach of the fish, the baby is alive. It is the most miraculous thing, right? Like uh, if generally if anybody is swallowed, immediately the person dies. But here, amazingly, the baby is not died. It's still alive, and not only alive for short time, long time. Till the time the fish, it's not going just like immediately the fisherman came. As soon as the fish swallowed, it took some time. So when the fisherman caught the fish, and it is not just something which is by chance happening, that such a big fish, when the fisherman catches it, he offers to king only. It is all we can see that the Lord's hand is in every, that not a blade of grass moves the will without the will of the Lord. Lord is amazing. Lord does many multiple things and try to demonstrate his supremacy in all the time from since time memorable. So Lord is very kind to his devotees. So we have to see that how the Pradyumna baby was saved in the fish stomach, and then finally the right lady cook gets the fish to cook, and when she cuts, right, it is so risky. If anybody thinks that anybody is cutting fish, right, there is no possibility that in the inside baby also might get hurt. But we can see how miraculous Lord protects. Even after cutting the fish also, that baby inside remain untouched. So if Lord want to protect anybody, Lord can protect at any point of time with his any own means to protect. Just like when Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb of his mother, that time Brahmastra was shot, and it is like very unlikely that anybody after hitting the Brahmastra getting just um, protected from it. But Lord Krishna's challenge that I will protect this baby. And when Lord within from the heart of Parikshit's mother came out and become a shield, and he protected not only mother as well as the baby. So if Lord want to protect anybody at any point of time, Lord can protect. So here also Pradyumna was protected, and Pradyumna, after protecting Pradyumna, how Lord made arrangement that Pradyumna get proper siddhis, mistis to fight against Sambara. Sambara was very having known lot of mystic powers. To that's how he used to rule so many kings, and he was very powerful. But here, Lord made arrangement that Pradyumna meets Mayavati, and Mayavati trains him with the certain siddhis, certain, and that's how he counteracts Sambara and he kills Sambara, and again he comes back to the Dwarka with the help of Rati. So Rati Devi is the wife of Kamadeva. So we can see here that how the Lord's arrangement is to meet his devotees. Rati is also devotee of Lord Krishna, and Kamdev is also devotee of Lord Krishna. They both, how Lord make them to meet in this arrangement. So Lord's plan is always perfect. We just have to adhere to the plan of the Lord. Whenever things are going here and there, we may see that it is distracting to us. But the faith will be tested when the situations are more distracting. And those devotees who are qualified to face such a test, they will only put into test. Lord will never put any of his devotee into test where he cannot pass it. Only thing is we should have faith that Lord is always there to support me in all the situation wherever I am. So Lord will help all his devotees. Lord will protect his devotees in all circumstances. That's a promise Lord has given in Bhagavad Gita. Name Bhakta Pranasya. He says completely that I will always protect my devotees. So here also in this pastime, Lord protected. And here one more incident is coming in this chapter of Pradyumna's birth. Is like the death of Kamadeva. So Kamadeva is such a powerful devotee, but still, if he's trying to misuse his power, he is punished by his another devotee of Lord Krishna, which is Vaishnavana Metha Shambhu. Lord Shiva is one of the powerful devotee, and he is such a powerful that he is not getting distracted by the allurement of Kamadeva. Kamdeva can allure anybody with his arrows. But when someone is meditating on Lord Krishna, Kamdeva's power will not work. That's what shows in this pastime with Lord Shiva and Kamdeva. So finally, it is said the third eye is called knowledge. So with the knowledge, one can surpass the attraction of the Kamdeva. So one has to really try to learn the scriptures thoroughly, try to apply them in practically in life. And when one does this thing, then one will be protected from all the allurement. It is said the intelligence is the one who drives us. But right now in current condition state, the intelligence is impure. And as the intelligence is impure, it is not able to guide the mind. It is not able to guide the senses. So as the mind and senses, they are just roaming like that. That's how all the allurement, all the impact of the external society happens to us. So we have to strong our intelligence. The intelligence uh, can be only strong when it is in pure state. How the intelligence can be purified? The intelligence can be purified by reading scriptures, hearing about Lord pastime, associating with devotees. So that's how the intelligence become pure. Otherwise, the intelligence always get distracted, and as the intelligence is distracted, the faith become weakens. And intelligence, when it is weak, it cannot hear the. Already the soul is pure. Soul has complete knowledge about Lord. He has complete faith in the Lord, but because the intelligence is impure, it is not able to hear the voice of the soul, and that's how this all the distraction of the world we feel higher than the service of the Lord, higher than the holy name of the Lord. So this distraction, whenever we are getting, we should understand that we are getting contaminated by the outside environment. So one should put one's best of the effort to purify one's intelligence. And as long as one is situated nicely in the spiritual life in terms of attending regular morning programs, chanting regularly in the round in the morning specifically, is very very important. Because if one chants in the morning, one gets complete benefit of the chanting. It is said just like if you do chanting in the morning, you get golden benefit. But if you chant in the afternoon, you become little bit like a copper kind of benefit. But in the evening, you just get like a um, simple benefit. But if you chant in the morning, you are just trying to finish your rounds. It is just not like nothing is getting registered. Chanting is like a yajna when we recite from the mouth and the holy name through ears enter into the heart. That is the perfection. Just like we take a ahuti and we put into fire in the sacrifice, then the sacrifice complete. But same way when we are chanting and the holy name is not going through our ears in the heart, then it is like you are throwing the ahuti into the outside of the sacrificial fire. So that's how the hearing through hearing the holy name through ears is very very important, and that's what the holy name yajna completes. And as this holy name enters into our heart, it washes out all the anarthas in our heart. And as the anarthas are washed out, the faith towards Lord awakens. And one will not feel distracted in one's spiritual life. One will feel more focused. One will get more and more rasa towards his practices, whatever one does. So when one continues this process, the Lord become very merciful to the that particular living entity, and then he reveals himself to that devotee. So we can see those devotees who are consistently following this in their life, they are very steady, they are very jubilant, they get newer and newer rasa. Spiritual life is never boring. It is anandam buddhivardhanam. One keeps continuously getting happiness in one's spiritual life. As one practices, if anytime we are feeling that morose or weakness in our heart, just think that there is something which is going not going correct. So what is that not going correct? So majorly offenses. Offenses towards there are multiple offenses mentioned in the scripture. Offenses towards deities, offenses towards devotees, offenses towards holy name. All the offenses, services related offenses, seva aparad, there are so many offenses. Then all these offenses are there, but it is said that all the offenses can be nullified by just chanting the holy name of the Lord. Haristani aparade tare harinam. Thomas Saren Aparaden Nahi Paritran. Against the holy name, any offense again done against the holy name will not be forgiven. So one has to very very careful while chanting, and that's how the 10 offenses comes into picture, which we really emphasizes. Among them, all the last mother of all offenses is like to be inattentive while chanting. So we have to put our best of the effort to chant attentively. When we chant attentively, all the problems will be resolved. So, and the faith is the product of quality chanting. So one has to put really good effort to chant intensely to get the test in the holy name and associate with the devotees who have this test for the chanting the holy name. And specifically when we chant in the association, it is even more beneficial, because when we are chanting with devotees, it become more like somebody is watching me. So mind become automatically alert. Otherwise, when we are chanting alone, nobody is watching us. That time the distraction is too much. Mind already have overpowered us. And it starts with getting up in the morning. When our alarm first time it rings, right, that is the first indication that our mind is saying, oh, sleep 2 minutes, sleep more 5 minutes. And that's where we are defeated. First fight of the mind, if we don't get up immediately after first alarm, then we lost the first battle with the mind. And that's how the day starts. And every activity, whatever we do in the daytime, every time the mind is knocking us out. So we have to put our effort in order to start our day in such a way that at the morning itself we defeat the mind and we start our day by just first alarm, get up, just take shower and start your daily activities. So that's how one can be strong in one's spiritual life. It is said that once Radhishampu was telling us that the devotees who are steady in their spiritual life, they are steady by three things. Those who are very nicely attending their morning programs, wherever they are, they might be in temple, they might be in their home, wherever, whatever place, but they do their strong morning program. Second thing, he told those who regularly reads and hear about Prabhupada books, hear their spiritual master regularly is also very, very important. And third thing, he told nice Vaishnava relationship. If one has these three things, one will be easily able to continue spiritual life very enthusiastically. Among all these things, third thing he told is third is very, very important. Those who have nice Vaishnava relationship, they are very protected. One has to have very positive outlook toward devotee. But if one is offensive towards devotee, then gradually one feels aversion to the devotees. And when one is gets aversion to the devotees, one loses trust. Gradually Maya separates him out. Anytime in the battlefield, any soldier who is alone, very unlikely to get shot easily. Similarly, when the devotee he gets separated from devotees, he loses trust and easily can be captured. Chaitanya says that Maya captures the person. Chapati Mayatar, like it captures, it doesn't pull you, it just put complete net on us, and then we are just completely lost. It gives so much allurement, so much material taste that we will be very difficult for us to come back. We see mm, Bharat Maharaj, such an advanced devotee of the Lord, who left everything of the world and he went to forest to do penances. And there also, when he saw, because any devotee has a compassion in his heart, he saw that the deer, and by seeing the deer, he became so much attached out of compassion that he couldn't continue his practices, and he has to take another 3 lifetime to revive his entire thing. So, because only one reason, he didn't have any association of the devotees. He didn't have an association. Nobody's there to tell him that Prabhu, this is going wrong. Sometimes some devotee interfere in your life, and they out of without no any authority, still they try to help us. But if we are not positive about their feedback, their responses, their contribution to our life, because Krishna is not the one who is going to personally come and tell us, "Oh Prabhu, you are doing this wrong." Krishna will speak through his devotees. And when Krishna speaks through his devotees, if we don't take it positively, then Krishna become unhappy with us. That I am sending help here with the help of my devotees, but this person is not accepting. So we have to look at the surrounding. What we are put into is best for us to practice and grow spiritually. Sometime initially when the diamonds are taken, right, they are put into one big jar and they are just moved. And as they move, and each diamond hits each other and they make a lot of noise. And then later, when they are completely cleansed, they come out with shining with different colors. Similarly, every devotee is put into the association where he will develop all the good qualities around him. We can see that the devotees around us are perfectly meant to shape our spiritual life. That is the Lord's always plan. Sometimes we'll see someone will make us more tolerant, someone will make us more humble, some will encourage us also. So there are different flavors of devotees Krishna will send around us, which sometimes we may apparently think when we are at mental level that, oh, these devotees are not good, this is not good, that is not good. But really, if we try to look at their positive qualities, we challenge our intelligence that how can we see good quality in them. Then when we try to find out, then we'll understand, oh, Lord put you into this situation which is perfect for me to learn this thing. Lord will put us into some services where it will give us a lot of challenges. And when we pray to Lord and we make us ourselves more humble and try to approach devotees with humility, we'll get help in our services. We'll progress very nicely in our services. So one has to have faith. And all the things, it's not monotonous. Everything is connected to each other in spiritual life. So one has to see that how things are can be aligned as per the will of the our gurus and Guru Shishya Parampara, and then we can continue our services enthusiastically, keep inspiration in others. Prabhupada used to say the greatest service which we can do is to inspire others in their services. So anytime when we are in temple or any other places, we should always see that, am I doing service or am I doing disservice to others? Am I inspiring others by this activity? Am I inspiring by my this speech to others, or am I discouraging others? So anytime we think in this way, then we are doing service. We are completely Krishna consciousness. So any activity, whatever we do, we should always think that will this make a good impact? I am representing devotee of Lord. I am representing Lord. Am I this activity is going to give good impression to the society? It can be in temple or outside also. The way devotee deals is very important. One time, one of the big person, he challenged devotees in Prabhupada's time on the TV debate to have debate about Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and all other things. And the debatean was such a powerful that he used to defeat everybody in the who were against him. And this devotee were forced to accept this challenge. And then that conversation went on. Finally, the way the devotee's gesture was there in that argument and the debate, all the other people though they know that this devotee is very nice, and they accepted this devotee's proposal, because they thought that this person, the way he's doing gesture to the society is greater than what this other person is debating about it. So these words, whatever that other person spoke, didn't have any meaning, any value. But the gesture what this devotee gave was such a inspiring and exemplary, that automatically all the people in the society, they accepted Krishna consciousness. So one time, one of the devotee was giving example. He's a doctor by profession. He was telling sometime, just by doing temple service, we are setting example in the society. No, he was telling, one time there was one outside person, he needed some help medically. He is a doctor and he had two choice now, to do temple service or go and help that person. So he thought, if I go to temple, I can do service. But if I go and serve this person medically, then I will do service to his entire family, and it will set a right example for as a devotee in the society. So he just called temple devotees and he arranged his services, that someone can cover his service. Then later he will back up that devotee. So he arranged the service, and he went and he helped that family. And when he did that, automatically this entire family, by seeing this gesture, that this person on the Janmashtami day arranging his temple service and coming to our house and helping us, they all become very nice devotee. Their all relatives become devotee. The entire colony got good impression about devotee. So our gesture, how we do in society, is also very, very important. So our action preaches louder than our words. So always we should behave in such a way that it should completely mature way to inspire others, encourage others. As devotee become more and more senior in spiritual life, he become more and more sensitive to his dealings with others. He become extra cautious that my this action, how it is going to impact others. And that's how, when Krishna sees, Krishna within his heart become very much pleased. So every moment the devotee who is advanced, he does service. He is completely Krishna conscious, because he thinks, my this action is going to please Krishna or displease Krishna. Anytime any thought comes negative about his devotees, Krishna doesn't like at all. So always we should put our tongue to the challenge to always glorify Lord's devotees. Which, that is our one. That's how one, when thinks this way, that time Krishna become very much pleased. Krishna likes his glorification. Any father likes his son's glorification. No father likes his sons to be criticized any point of time. Unless someone is put into that position of taking care of mentor or parental position, all other time nobody has rights. Because the karma reaction works in such a way that if anybody is doing wrong, and if we try to speak about that activity, automatically we become the part of that karma. So we should be very cautious while speaking about any bad of any devotee, or it doesn't matter for outside also. We should see how we can contribute, we can help to resolve the issues, not to increase the conflicts among those people. So Lord loves that. Lord become very much happy when the devotee of the Lord exemplary behaves and keep a right example in the society. So uh, we have that big role in the society, being a Krishna conscious devotee, to represent Krishna and Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj, how we are behaving, how practical we are, how we are cooperate. So we should remember this instruction of Krishna, that uh, Krishna will always protect his devotee to the degree devotee is surrender, to the degree he is cautious about him. So in this example also, how we see Krishna protected his son Pradyumna, how differently he moved. Finally, in the battlefield also, Lord helped Pradyumna to kill Sambara, and then Lord immediately brought Pradyumna back to his place, Dwarka. So these are a few thoughts which I could collect about this verse. Thank you so much for your wonderful association. Any comments, questions?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much. Wonderfully inspiring in very detail. Carry on Krishna consciousness. We see Kamdeva. It says like anyone in this material world, he is lusty more. One becomes Krishna conscious, he becomes free from lustful
Plus, right.
propensities.
Yes.
The more one is Krishna consciousness. So, like we have our karma and present like, so it pops up like like we see in internet now. I think all of a sudden something comes which we did past or like that. And you mentioned, like, you give many examples, 3 examples, how you have to remain in the association of devotees like that. So one thing is material contamination is very strong. How to overcome that, and how to get off the thoughts, like, especially when you're alone. You also said that it comes up like. And as Kali Yuga progresses, like, you've said association of devotees, like-minded devotees who have the taste of chanting, you get the chanting. So in that case, this your Zoom Japa, it gave me a lot of inspiration, like, because I used to do that before Japa in the morning, and I got regained strength now, like I'm picking up now. That's very kind of you. And that's the key chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. So there's few things like how you can do something.
So basically, we can see there are multiple examples in scriptures which comes. Those who are absorbed in the holy name of the Lord, they are not distracted by all the allurements. Because if we see the example of Haridas Thakur, we can see that Mayadevi personally came. But when Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name of the Lord, he was completely, anytime, sorry, let me complete. When Haridas Thakur was attacked by this Mayadevi herself, still he was able to surpass. So that is one example. If one is fully surcharged with holy name, one will not get distracted. Second example comes in this. There is a great devotee Tukaram in India. He also got allured by the prostitutes, which are sent by the different people to allure him. But he was able to, because he was always chanting the holy name of the Lord. So it is just like our immunity power. If it is strong enough to face, we can face any disease. Same way, if we are completely surcharged with Krishna, we can definitely surpass any challenge in the world. But any point we see that we are getting allured, so there are two reasons. One is we are not sufficiently surcharged with Krishna ourselves. We are doing less Krishna conscious activities. So we have to put extra effort to intensify our Krishna consciousness. Just one day full, just only I want to do Krishna conscious activity. That's what I do. Like whole Monday to Friday, I'm busy with work. Lot of all the things get registered in my subconscious mind with different work and all the other interaction with people. So weekends I try to intensify myself in order to nullify all the effects of whatever I have received from the outside association. So these are the two pastimes, and then one more example comes, like anybody like has taken, let us say, particular vaccine, then he doesn't become prone to that particular disease. Same way, if we have to see the test what we have in Krishna consciousness. In terms of some devotees have test in kirtan, they do a lot of kirtan. So one has to see what test we have, and we have to absorb in that activity so much so that we forget ourselves. And when we, like some devotee has such a great test in deity worship, that when they do deity worship, they forget everything. They are fully absorbed into that service. And recently, Radheshambhu was I was speaking to him, and he told a wonderful thing that there are 3 zones. One is called cozy zone, another is called hectic zone, and third one is over hectic zone. So anybody who is into cozy zone is very much prone to get distracted by allurement of the Maya. But if anybody is in the hectic zone, so that's what he was telling, we have to take up services which will put us into hectic zone. And if anybody is into over hectic zone, then he get burned out. He lose the test. Sometimes we have too much services. But he says, no, we should be in a hectic zone so that we put ourselves into challenging situation and we are having absorption for that services, whatever we are doing. So that way, if anybody is into hectic zone, right, he doesn't have time to think of any other thing. So There is one devotee in Mira Road in Mumbai. He used to tell us that there are 24 hours in a day. So for all the brahmacharis, he makes the schedule for 28 hours. So they are fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So and they don't get any distraction. So that's what few thoughts. Already you know, Prabhu, but for my own purification, I'm just trying to recollect the answer to this comment what you give. But this is what I feel like. The absorption is the key. Whatever we have to find out, everyone have to find out their own test in Krishna consciousness, and just continue. A lot of times the tests get lost because of the offenses. One has to be really, really careful about the offenses. And if we do too much offense, Krishna personally planned the seed of material desires in our heart. And when Krishna plants, we can imagine what we are just tiny living entity will be just um, big, just like a big bodybuilder taking small 10 years kid and putting up and down like that. Our situation will be with anarthas. So anytime anartha is growing means offense is happening, and that's how we see some devotees they leave Krishna consciousness is the reason because they do too much offenses. Offenses is very very important. Along with our even if someone does little service, but if he's having very positive outlook towards devotee, he can continue his Krishna consciousness lifelong. But if anybody is doing lot of service and he has negativity about devotees, he has lot of offensive mind towards devotees, he cannot survive for longer. He has to rectify or he has to leave. No other option. So it is little subtle level we have to work out at our individual level and consult with somebody with whom we think they can guide us in certain areas, and then definitely this thing can be rectified. That's what I feel. Anything more you want to add?
Transcendence. Uh, we have to be on the spiritual platform. That's like, first of all, we are not the body, we are the soul, then the mind, and then the words. All we have to transcend. That's
Yes.
first.
Amoglila Prabhu gives wonderful example in this contest. He tells uh, outside road if you go there are always some patches and all. So if we are going in ordinary vehicle, definitely we'll realize oh road is bad and now the noise is coming, we'll feel pain in the body and all. But he was telling if you are in Mercedes or Rolls Royce car, do you feel any pain even the road is bad? No. Similarly, those who are spiritually nicely situated in nice plane, all the external they don't register in their system. They are so much situated spiritually. That's what these are some of the advanced devotees. They speak wonderfully. Yes, bro. Very nice comment. Any comment, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Very nice realizations. Thank you. So Pradyumna, you said, was trained by his mother? You said?
He was trained by Rati.
Rati is his wife.
Mayavati. The cook. The Rati is the wife of Kamadeva who takes the role of cook in the house of this Sambara demon. And there she knows that this baby, whatever is there, is her husband. And then she trains this baby, Pradyumna, who is her husband. Her name is Mayavati in that role. And then she trains Pradyumna for that mantras to fight against Sambara. And then Pradyumna is able to kill the demon.
So Pradyumna is Cupid?
Pradyumna?
Is Cupid?
Yes.
Pradyumna is Cupid.
Cupid, yes.
So why is Mayavati in that role, married to another man?
She knows her husband is going to come. See, Rati and Kamadeva are husband and wife. And then by the power of Lord Shiva, he burns the Kamadeva into powder. So next life, this Kamadeva is born as a Pradyumna. And then Rati, because she didn't leave her body, so she is still waiting her husband to arrive in the earth again. So that time she knows that okay, my husband is going to take birth here, and this is how Narad Muni tells to her that what she has to do. And then that time she takes the role of cook in the house of this demon, and there she was cooking.
So why are they eating Animals.
Huh?
Why are they eating fish?
No, the demons eat fish, right? For the cook of the king, right? They have to fulfill the demand of the king. So, yeah, but there are some certain things which they are architected so that the purpose of the Lord will be fulfilled. So, uh,
So what is Prabhuji saying? Just
but the Kshatriyas, right? They used to eat non-veg also. So, yeah,
so was Rama was a Kshatriya? Did Rama also eat meat?
Lord Ram, no.
He used to hunt deer, right?
Lord Lakshmana used to bring fruits and nuts for them, roots from the forest for them to eat. Lord
They,
Ram never
they
ate.
never hunt deer to eat
Lord,
meat.
Lord never ate non-veg. Never. That's what he says in Gita also. Patram pushpam phalam te. He doesn't say. Lord is beyond all this poor varnas and ashramas, everything. Lord is not bound by any of this thing. And Lord comes with his eternal body as a spirit. So all material things doesn't register in the Lord's body at any point of time. Lord never had any non-veg. Though Lord is Kshatriya. Lord, initially, when Prabhupada was narrating about Lord pastimes and everything, devotee thought Krishna might be some big building person and all. And they when they painted Krishna, they've shown biceps and all these things. And Prabhupada said, no, no, don't do this. Krishna doesn't need to have biceps and triceps. He is small, with small thing he can do anything. He is having biggest power of the world without any other extra effort. So Lord doesn't need to consume all this thing to get the strength to fight with anybody. All the demons and everybody, they need strength. And have to gather the strength, they have to do all these different means. But Lord doesn't need to consume this thing. Lord never consumes all these things. These are impure things we consider as per the scriptures. The lower class of the society, fifth class of the society, they eat all this nonsensical thing. Those are properly situated, they never need to consume this thing to get the strength.
Thank you.
Shil Prabhupada ki jai, Gaurav Kalanda ki jai.